Alright, we are about to start. Receiving my content. And it's a sign, yeah. Alright, everybody. I am going to start Mega Man 3 back up. I was playing last night, and hi there, Ghost Hoodie. Hey there, Onslaught. I played Mega Man 2 and 3 last night, and I got to a certain point where I was a little too tired to keep going. So I wanted to finish Mega Man 3 tonight, and I got my daughter behind me tonight. So she might be joining the fun. And my wife is on the other side of the room, so we're going to have some fun. You guys can ask some Transformers questions, any questions, to me. Since I'm going to New York Comic Con in in 2 days. I'm actually going there up to the city on Wednesday, and then I'm going to take that out. Yeah, well, I got all the way up to the Doc Robots, so last night I was really tired, and so this is literally where I'm at right now. If you guys can see, boom. Eek. Oh, of course it did. Emulator broke. Why did Onslaught die? Because that's what Decepticons do in Michael Bay's films. He doesn't really give much attention to there we go. So this is where we left off. Yeah, Onslaught got killed because Michael Bay doesn't think very highly of Decepticons. He doesn't think very highly of, like, any Transformer, really. So how's it going, everybody that's joining in right now? Well, I'll be sharing pictures on Twitter and on Facebook, and I want to do any video that I might do. I'll like share in like a collage. I'll make like a collage video, kind of like going through everything that I do while I'm there. Decepticons, the movies are like GoBots to Hasbro. Poor Decepticons. Especially poor Nitro Zeus. They made such a big deal about him, and he was like barely in the movie except for his like one line. Now, San Diego, I've never been to California, so I know you're on the West Coast there, Oh Supreme. So if I remember his one's weakness is Metal Man. Metal Man's weak to... Yeah. Boom. Got him. Well, no Bruticus in films, because... Well, that and also because, like... I don't... Well, then again, he could still do Bruticus. He could just make it like a different Decepticon. A group of Decepticons that actually merge. What are you doing over there, Aerith? My daughter's chilling out. Michael Bay is Unicron. That's a good one. I think Menasor was stronger, if I remember correctly, because Menasor was able to one-punch... he one-punched Bruticus. Quickman. Quickman's weakness was, in this game... Snake, that's right. Got him. Yeah, well, that's pretty much what they did throughout the entire movie franchise, Supreme, was that he, like, he really just went... You know, really didn't care about any of the characters, I think. Yeah, it was Starscream's brigade. Why don't you come join us? You can join us for some Mega Man fun. Ah, here we go. Say hi to everybody. Got my wife in the background there too. Let's hope the Bumblebee movie that does that. Yeah, let's hope the Bumblebee movie actually like takes some care and consideration for the Transformers characters. I agree with you there. You want to get down? Okay. All right, you can get down. Yeah, it's my daughter Aerith. He beats you at all the games now? If I remember correctly, this was Airman, right? And his weakness was... Yeah, rip the Decepticons in 2017. Hey there, Delta! I'm trying to remember now. What was his weakness again? Shine Spark, I think it was. Hey there, Gabriel. Got him.
I gave you some of my water, and it's in here.
Let's see what I can do to make do out of all this. Here we go. So how's everyone's week been? I mean, I wanted to answer you guys' questions. Thoughts on the Family Feud? My daughter absolutely loves Family Feud. Right, Aaron? Survey says. The dock robots were always hard, if I remember correctly. It's just that, like, once you know their weakness, you can kind of figure out how to kill them. Oh. Can I do a retrospective on the Wreckers? I can. I'd actually like to do a lot of different retrospectives and talks about certain theories on characters and stuff like that. The problem is that, you gotta come, couldn't get past first level on Mega Man 3 or 5. The thing about doing a lot of these retrospective is, like, you gotta really do the research to try and make everything work for, whatever it is that you're doing. Well, if you watched me last week, we played and beat the first Mega Man. Last night I beat Mega Man 2, and I got this far on Mega Man 3, and then obviously I'm continuing on from where I left off. So, and then I think I might do 4, after I get back from Comic-Con. But I'll do it through the Anniversary Collection instead of through the emulator, and that's so I can get the Steam achievements. Because I have the Legacy Collection, I'm playing right now on an emulator. You want to join? You want to play too? Yeah. Can we get a Wreckers cartoon? That would be cool. I don't know what they're going to do. Like, Transformers Cyberverse is, slated to be, a whole bunch of different things with Transformers and, thoughts on the Garfield Christmas special? Did they make a Garfield Christmas special? I don't think I ever saw it. Top 5 anime shows in the country. Huh, cool. I know they had TFCon in Washington, D.C., but that's like 5 hours south of me, I think. What? Poor Soundwave, poor Shockwave, poor every Decepticon. Like, Mohawk died before you even knew he was dead. Onslaught was like, blink and you miss it. It's like, oh, he's dead. And you're like, ah. Like, I would have liked to actually see the Decepticons do something more than like a Suicide Squad intro and then kill them off. Got him. You passed your learner's permit. Wow. Brings me back. Brings me back in the day. So I'm guessing you're either 15 or 16? Now, what was his weakness again? You want to get down? Okay, you get down. What was his weakness again? I'd appreciate that, Ghost Hoodie. I was trying to remember who am I fighting off against here? Crashman, so his weakness has to be... I'm actually going to look that up. Okay. Almost wrecked your car. one of the things about Google, we can kind of figure out what his weakness is, because I don't want to end up having to face him off against again. Hard knuckle. Oh, that's not going to be easy. Now it's time to punch him in the face. There we go. Once you know their weaknesses, it's a lot easier. I'm really not a fan of the Doc Robot stages. I will say that. So, you're really going to have to learn when to put the car in drive and put the car in reverse then. So another way you can always help me out. I mean, I don't know if you know, any of you guys are giving on Patreon. I mean, I have a Patreon account. I don't really do much with it, but it's kind of there as like a, you know, because what I'd like to do is I would really love for this to be like making YouTube videos and, you know, things of that nature, to be like a full-time gig, you know. But I mean, I do work a full-time job, so I'm trying to like make this be my full-time job. And the only way to do that is to build it slowly but surely. Yeah, I have the Patreon account there. You don't know if you'd want it to be your full-time job there, Paper Plane? Well, you know, it's... Because, I mean, I understand, I guess, you know... Having to try and make videos, like, every day is definitely a difficult task, so... But, at the same time, so is working 12-hour days and 3 hours on the computer to finish your work. Before you can even start doing another Transformers discussion, so... Yes, they had to change the name due to copyright. It's Octone, yeah. My favorite wrecker. Well, considering how many different Transformers are wreckers, if I would go with like the original wreckers, maybe I mean, I like Impactor, and then of course is Flashman. Time to blast him with some needles. In your face! So you're actually doing a video on something that you actually like there, Paper Plane. I have to rewatch Animated. I haven't seen it since it went off the air. This is where a Rush Marine comes in handy. Oh. What are you doing there? You can probably hear my daughter laughing in the background, so I'm trying to play game, read comments, and see my daughter be pretty occupied as I move on. Fun times. You watched it 3 times. Wow, 3 times. So I don't. It's one of the few series I don't have on DVD, so it's kind of like, you know, my memory is not as fresh as it was. And I keep getting like the request, oh, I should do I should so do what's it called? I should redo the Unicron trilogy, to which my wife, Erica, Unicron trilogy.
No.
My wife would not like me to do the Unicron trilogy at all.
Because I would have to watch it again. And I didn't want to watch the first.
I knew I was gonna get killed. Why do Autobots get more screen time? Because they're the good guys. The good guys usually always get more screen time. How do I figure myself? Here's about your analogy about the Unicron trilogy. What I didn't like about the Unicron trilogy was probably the I would say it's like the Doctor Who theme. I like the Doctor Who theme by being one with the Allspark. I didn't. Can you turn the coil on? Beep. Trying to multitask here. This is probably why I don't play modern games while trying to stream. My analogy, it's like the Doctor Who theme. I like the Doctor Who theme by being one with the Allspark. It's pretty good. But there's one part. Huh. Okay, so it's kind of like a certain part where you don't like the rest of it. It's kind of like... yeah, there's one part that beats the rest out of the park. Okay, I can see that. That kind of makes sense. Actually, Peter Capaldi is going to be at New York Comic Con, but he's $125 for an autograph, and I'm like, oh my gosh, if I can actually get an autograph by Peter Capaldi. And I think, what's the girl who's his current companion?
Mackie, but she's not going to be in the new.
No, yeah, well, she's also going to be there. The two of them are going to be walking around New York Comic Con. Favorite 1986 line? That's like the whole movie. The whole movie is my favorite quote. What do I feel about Gears? He's good. He's all right. Yeah, Pearl Mackie, right? Yeah, Pearl Mackie. My wife is much more up on the actors and actresses' names than I am. So, least favorite G1 Transformer, I would say, probably would be Huffer. And I know he doesn't get a lot of love, but I like Gears a lot better than Huffer, that's for sure.
Huffer's angry.
Huffer is a... yeah. No, not Peter Cullen, but Peter Capaldi. The guy who's currently Doctor Who.
And will be for...
yeah, Peter Cullen is not going to be there, but... made it. Will I ever play Mario Kart 64? Not on YouTube. If I do Mario Kart 64, it'll be on my Twitch channel, and that is for good reason. That's because Nintendo has come out and basically stated that they will not support live streaming Nintendo games. Darn it. They will not be supporting live streaming on Nintendo games. They'll actually copyright strike you if you... which is kind of ridiculous if you really think about it, but like if you play like Mario Kart 64 or Donkey Kong 64 or Donkey Kong Country, Super Mario World, Mario, Zelda, any of those games, Nintendo will like come out and like if you're live streaming it. If you're just showing game footage, I think you have to be part of the Nintendo program, which is still ridiculous. But they just sent a letter to I'm not part of the creators program because I'm too busy with other videos. But I would play Mario Kart 64, just probably on Twitch, you know, and that's yeah, their BS is really stupid on that respect. Alright, I'm not going through that way. What I really hated in the films was that many of the Transformers didn't get any screen time that they should have. Like, you know, they decided to keep the cast smaller in comparison to G1, and then the movies just like, they didn't care at all about any of the Transformers except for Optimus and Bumblebee. Okay, maybe Megatron too, but, you know. You know, I'll admit, you know, I wasn't as sad. I can remember, like, being like, oh my gosh, like, Optimus is dead when I saw the movie in the theater. But I wasn't, like, I wasn't completely, like, upset to the point of, like, locking myself up in a bedroom or anything like that. I was actually, I think the reason why is because my grandmother died, like, I think the year before, and because of it, death didn't have as much of a sting. You know, if that makes any sense. Yeah, only to die by the spikes that are waiting for you down there. For the first-time players, they probably would end up getting killed. See, I saw it in the theater. Is it urban myth? I don't know, because that's what Flint Dill has said in Flint Dille has said in interviews. Was that it definitely was like people were locking themselves up in the bedroom. Who do I got? Woodman. Apparently snakes can kill him. Yeah, snakes. Get these MFing snakes off this MFing plane. Got him. I don't know if I'm gonna play continue playing on Twitch. Maybe. You got misty-eyed? I remember being upset, but I remember at the end of the movie when Hot Rod became Rodimus Prime, I was like excited because I was like, "Oh, I want the Hot Rod Rodimus Prime toy," and I thought he was so cool, and I wanted Ultra Magnus and Galvatron and all that, so I did want the new toys. I remember that. I really should not neglect my Twitch channel. It's funny how popular Barricade is, and it's probably because he's the only Decepticon who actually got any screen time, as much as Megatron, I would say. At least in the last night, anyway. You were so angry that you couldn't move his legs? Okay, so Shadow Blade is the weapon of choice for him. Yeah, I remember that. I remember like the white Optimus underneath Ultra Magnus was it was cool. Ah. Barricade was in G1. He was a Micromaster. He was like a little sports car, and I think he was an Autobot, if I remember. It's all good, Prowl Prime. Brakeman. And here's Dr. Light. Oh no! Right after we received the last element, Wily ran off with Gamma. I thought that he was like, you know, maybe he was Ultra Magnus was like Optimus Prime's brother. That's what I initially thought. So I don't think I was completely wrong in that. So your first, so I see your first was, you know, you had gotten Jetfire for Christmas, and your brother got Ultra Magnus, you said? Or was it the other way around? Well, Brakeman is supposed to be like Proto Man's disguise. So now it's been so long since I played this stage. Like I played Mega Man 3 that I'm like trying to remember, like, okay, what's next? I think I remember what's next. It's a bit cliche. I could see that. I could see, you know, considering it cliche, it was just... You were hoping that Utrod would become Rodimus Prime. That would have been interesting if they actually did that, but, you know, Michael Bay just doesn't know what to do with characters. Yay or nay, Michael Bay directing an actual Mega Man movie? No. 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 Yeah, no. Got him. Why is Hot Rod French? Because Michael Bay doesn't understand characters. He thinks it's cool. I don't think it's cool. I think he did it because he wanted to give another character an unnecessary accent that they didn't need. If I remember correctly, Shadow. Are you the only one that finds Green Lantern 2011 watchable? It was watchable, it just wasn't that good. It wasn't... It was okay. Michael Bay looks at Mega Man box art. So, we got a gun, let's give him a gun, yeah! That would be pretty much it. Bay and Mega Man, over-exaggerated explosions. Well... If you play Mega Man X, that's like when you beat a boss, it's literally like Michael Bay explosions. And you're not the only one. B doesn't need to be the main character. You're right. So what needs refilling? One thing about Wily stages, it's more like Disney Power Rangers. Yeah, I could say that. You could say that. Hey there, Ben. If you hear any noise in the background, it's because I got my daughter is playing with my wife, and they're playing some of her toys. Most underrated Transformer. What would you say is the most underrated Transformer? Yeah. Cosmos. Yeah, Cosmos. Hey, I found this great thing, Prime. Get back up there. But I just got back. Get back up there. Poor Cosmos. See, Power Glide is actually loved. Cosmos is not. And that's why I say he's underrated. Yeah, and Sea Spray too. Yeah, I can agree with you there. The Yellow Devil has returned. Do I like Cup? Yeah, I like Cup. I actually feel like I'm in a way like starting to become like Cup, because I'm sitting there going like, I remember the time back in G1, you know, like that's pretty much me now at this point. I'm just an old school Transformers fan. I like Cosmos. He reminded me of El Dorado with Super Friends. Yeah, just a short chubby robot. Mr. Bay, we have to fire you, Mr. Bay, you mother truckers. I wanted to see Astro Train in live. I would only like to see it if Michael Bay wasn't directing Astro Train. Pretty much any G1 character, I would like Michael Bay to not touch. So, now Snarl was seen quite a bit, believe it or not. Snarl was in quite a few episodes. I mean, he was the one who was like, you know, even in season 3, he had a few lines too. It's just in the movie that Snarl was kind of forgotten. And that was because the animators forgot to draw him. I always saw you as Alpha Trion. Alpha Trion. Oh, so you're calling me Alpha Trion old. Wow. That would more be like my dad. My dad could more like be like Alpha Trion. Yeah, I know. I'm only 35. Hello, darkness, my old friend, pretty much, right? So, Hasbro themed trains are only popular in Japan. Pretty much, yeah. That's the reason why we don't see much of Astro Train or the train bots. tempted to hook up my GameCube and play the anniversary. You know why I hated of the anniversary collection of Mega Man on GameCube? They reversed the buttons, and that bothered me to no end. It was the only reason you bought a GameCube? There was a lot of good games on GameCube, believe it or not. GameCube had quite a few good games. Ah, I made it. They did, you never noticed? Yeah, Mario Sunshine was a good game. Yeah, before Dark Souls there was Mega Man. I wouldn't know I went from an NES to a Sega to a PS1. I never messed with Super NES. Super NES has a lot of good games. A lot of good games. Here goes the clone Mega Man. Definitely Prayers for Vegas, I would definitely say there. Godzilla Destroy All Monsters was good. Smash Brothers. They released a Metal Gear Solid 2 graphics version of Metal Gear Solid 1 called the Twin Snakes, and that was pretty good. There were actually, yeah, there were quite a few good. I was supposed to use Snake Search. Depends upon continuity who are the Seekers. The movie bots I'm really not familiar with. Yeah, Bludgeon would definitely be my favorite pretender. Look up Rodimus Primal and all I saw was a repaint of Leo Convoy. Yeah, well, Rodimus Primal, I mean, I think that's what, like, some fans have, like, made, because there's also, someone took a Beast Hunters toy and actually made that Rodimus Primal, which was pretty good. There were a lot of different Seekers. I could probably do an entire retrospective on them, which would be pretty cool. Alright, so here we go. All 8 robots. All over again. Hard Man. Oh, I could have got him. Boom. You know what killed me? We never got the Super Insecticons in the cartoon. Yeah, I think that had to do with, what is it? It had to do with, like, certain characters they decided not to put in the cartoon. If you watch my Skyfire Jetfire video, it kind of explains, like, why they weren't in the cartoon. Pretty much those and that, like, the toys that came from that toy line were not in the cartoon because in Japan it had to do with, like, Japanese exclusivity, and it was kind of weird. A lot of different copyright stuff to go on. Got him. Yeah, there was the 3 Rainmakers. There was the Hot Link, Sunstorm, and yeah, Bitstream. There's too many of them. Was it? No, it wasn't that. I remember I was able to beat Snake Man back in the day with just the gun. I could have killed the clones with a shadow. Delta Magnus is cool. I like his design. I don't think that there were Autobot Seekers. Oh, let me just get Snake Man. Got him. Will we get another Mega Man? Good question. I love the concept of World War II Bumblebee. I didn't like the concept. I'll be honest with you. I didn't like that concept. Delta Magnus is cool. It's simply because that was the Ultra Magnus in the trailer, and that was the Diaclone colored Ultra Magnus, which would have been cool if they kept that, but they didn't. Thoughts on our president? I am not going to talk politics on this channel. I know that we'll get a lot of flack if I give my opinion on him. So, you're talking to a guy who forgot how to play Mega Man XL. Mortal Kombat XL after a week because I had stuff to do. Yeah, I don't like to talk politics because my politics don't usually vibe well with a lot of things, a lot of people. So no, get him! No! No! Got him. You want to become an actor? I've done a poor job of concealing my politics. I guess so. I just don't. I keep it out so I don't talk about it, and for good measure, because too many people would, obviously have their opinions, and I don't want to sit there and. It's not worth it. It's just really not worth it. Yeah, exactly. Anybody psyched? I'm psyched for Power of the Prime's Rodimus Prime, and I'm hoping that they do a Star Saber toy. That would be really cool. You know what? Use them if you got them. Yeah, definitely. As long as I'm not. Yeah, as long as I don't, it's not going to be an issue. Too many people are actors doing their jobs and talking about politics. Yeah, exactly. Like, keep politics out of it. That said, I don't see it that way. This is the whole idea. Strictly digital games on the consoles is. I only had. Well, Mega Man 3 has always been a fun game. The Power of the Prime will also bring you nut. Well, I heard they're going to still use some of the concepts of Power of the Prime, so I think it's Snake and Shadow are the two weaknesses for Dr. Wily. Try to recharge every weapon. Oh, that's useful. So's that. Any ever play PC games? I've played Mega Man for DOS, unfortunately. Yeah, not fun. Not fun at all. I've not watched Shameless, no. Alright, Wily. You're getting it in the face. Yeah, not watching Shameless. Please talk, Everybody Loves Raymond. Let's talk about the one guy from Everybody Loves Raymond is the voice of G1 Trypticon. Trypticon, smash Metroplex! Yeah. What? 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 Are you gonna see me beat Dr. Wily? Is that what it is? You're gonna see me beat Dr. Wily? So. Power of the Prime's Prow would be cool if he can combine with Blue Streak. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, if you remember Robots in Disguise, what is Brad Garrett? Yeah, like, who is he?
The guy. It's the tall brother from Very Deep.
Oh, yeah, Brad Garrett. Okay, that's right, yeah. So this is the last boss right here. Thoughts on the Titans Return show? I'm hoping it's better than Combiner Wars. I can only be hopeful. I can't sit there and say it's going to be the best thing since sliced bread. I just hope that it's good. Oh, come on. Oh, that was close. Yeah, it's supposed to be an incomplete robot, so that's why it's a little underwhelming. Top Man one-hit kill, are you sure about that? Oh, no. I don't know if it's still online. Ah! Get up there. Wow! Cool! Ha Cool, yeah, cool.
It sounded like a cross between cool and go.
Proto Man saves Mega Man's life. Of course, Wily is misspelled. He's. So, what are your guys' thoughts on MatPat? Because my thoughts are, I liked his channel back in the day. I haven't really watched much of his channel recently, so I've heard he's not as good as he used to be. Nothing beats Blue Streak riding on a surfboard. I have this song on my phone too. Matt Pat needs to shut his mouth. Thanks. Would I ever want to do an interview? Well, I mean, if I saw you in person, sure. I mean, unless we did like something like over Skype. I mean, I'm just an old school Transformers fan, so kind of like. I try to stay me, you know. I get the AVGN, like he has like a family to feed and kind of things of that nature, but they showed a photo load of the character. I think it was well, they show that Dr. Wily was still alive at the end. What are my thoughts on Rodimus's recolor? I don't like it. I mean, isn't that supposed to be like his, I don't like the recolor because I think that it's supposed to, that's only supposed to be like the dark evil version of Rodimus, and he's not dark and evil. I got Diamond Bolt on my channel, so he might must. I guess so. I mean, I hoped it would have given me a really big boost, you know, since he's got a large following, but, you know, it's been fun, Bogdan Ivan. I intend to do some more live streams while I'm at New York Comic Con, so I'm giving you guys the heads up about that. I am probably going to spend tomorrow doing some research for my next couple of scripts. Nothing beats Hate Plague or Possess Rodimus Prime. I would like to see, yeah, maybe an all-red Rodimus Prime. And again, you just dump him in a red paint. Pharaoh Man is one of your favorites? Yeah, he's pretty cool. I like his design. The Bay films... if you guys have seen our reviews, like my wife and I did a tag team. We reviewed all 5 Bay films, so I think it's worth, you know, 3 hours of your time for me, for the two of us ripping apart Michael Bay's Transformers. Yeah, that's Nostalgia Critic for you right there. We watched it so you don't have to. That's what my wife just said, so... Which is, if you guys noticed, I used a clip of Nostalgia Critic on my on my Starscream video, which I thought was pretty funny. Because Starscream cookies are more than meets the icing. Gotta admit that was funny. I can never forgive Babe for what he did to Soundwave sacrilege. Well, yeah, making him like the. Well, at least they got Frank Welker to do his voice, even though they didn't vocode it, so that it sounded like Soundwave. You want to say goodbye to everyone, Aerith? Come here, Aerith. Before you get ready for bed, because I can tell you're tired. Yep, you're definitely tired. Whoa! Yep. Pop out your pacifier. Say hi! Well, she's going to be growing up with G1. It's Aerith, like the Final Fantasy VII character. A-E-R-I-T-H, Aerith. Yeah, that's right, Aerith. You see what's going? Yeah, you see the game on there. Do you see the game on over there? Wave goodbye. So I will be live streaming and tweeting pictures. So if you guys see, like, I have my Twitter on here. Oh, it knocked over the camera. Aerith. It's Aerith. Your daughter's name is Brandy. So like I said, I'll be tweeting photos and you know, putting pictures on Facebook while I'm at Comic-Con. I hope I get a chance to meet some certain people. Maybe I'll do some interviews if I can, and you know, maybe do some, like, while I'm walking around. I'm also going to do like a montage video, but at the same time, tomorrow I'll be working on my next Transformers discussion research, so I can, like, type out a few scripts. And I can't do Twitch now because my daughter is and my daughter is getting ready for bed, so I can't stream further. But I should have another daughter named either Tifa or Yuffie. And my daughter was like, nope. My wife was like, nope.
Or we having a boy naming Cloud.
And my wife said we're not naming our boy Cloud. So she picked out the name Eric though. But it's been fun, guys. So until next time.